Great.
Hey, everybody. You're here with Robert Gardner and the Robert Gardner Wellness Podcast. Really excited to have Spencer Harwood with me today. Spencer, I know from YouTube, we're good colleagues, chat periodically about social media marketing within the massage realm. Spencer, can you introduce yourself and tell people where they can find you?
Hey guys, my name is Spencer Harwood. I run a YouTube channel called HM Massage. Just hit about 120,000 subscribers. And much like Robert, we talk a lot about massage therapy, self-massages, health, wellness, fitness, and just to improve your body and lifestyle. So feel free to find me there at YouTube and occasionally talking to Robert.
So, Spencer, what did you want to talk about today? You mentioned to me before the broadcast something about education. Did you want to go into that specifically?
Yeah, sure. So Robert reached out, or rather Trent reached out and brought me onto the podcast. And yeah, a variation of topics. But one thing I've always talked about and a huge promotional idea that I like to throw out is if anybody doesn't know about massage therapy or body work, and as a general variation, more holistic medicine approaches, rather than just taking pills and things, those are really what I like teaching the majority of people about nowadays. And it's really taken a foothold probably in the last 2 decades. So I've been really happy with the way that that holistic approach has kind of made its way over to America, of course.
And then when it comes to education, you're talking about therapists educating the public directly.
Yes, yeah. So I'll be generally talking about a trained practitioner or someone who has an understanding of this and talking to somebody who wouldn't know about it. So I'm all about therapists teaching other professionals as well, because as health professionals, we should always look to keep improving ourselves. But I think there's a lot of people out there who don't know that headaches can come from neck tension or back tension or poor posture, or your low back pain could be associated with tight hips. You know, a lot of people will go to a doctor and ask for pills or think they have a slipped disc. And while that is a possibility, I think there's a lot of other approaches that you could first take that can get rid of a lot of people's pain.
Yep.
So I think,
that knowledge, I deal with the Thai massage and education locally. That knowledge for you and I, and maybe for the audience who are listening who are massage therapists, they're like, well, of course, that's the case.
right.
The public does not know.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you say, okay, no, your piriformis is tight, it's a muscle in your hips, and it's like it goes down your leg or whatever, you have pain, you're likely, this muscle, you can stretch it, lengthen it, put pressure on it. You're now a medical professional because you use Latin word.
Right.
That's the level where when it comes to video production, in addition, so it's not just teaching the public, but then making recordings where you're teaching the public, it builds our industry because we're separated more and more from Phoebe from Friends. We're actually educating people about massage and what massage actually is. They get to see diversity between your videos, Spencer, my videos, someone else's, different people educating within our industry so that it uplifts everybody. It's like other massage therapists probably, get more clients just because you make videos related to maybe like weight training and massage. So then the public is more educated. They're looking for people who do what you do.
Yeah, that's a good point. Going back to your Phoebe comment, that's of course a big stereotype that we were breaking for the longest time, right? Is the whole massage, entrance and back type spa setting. And same thing, it was really associated with the Hollywood and the social media of what we call a fluff and buff, I guess. You can go in, you rub some lotion on somebody and magic, it's done. And so, yeah, I think you're right in talking about anatomical terms, always being professional, and then teaching about the anatomy, because like you were saying, the second you throw out your lateral piriformis muscle, people are like, whoa, okay, he knows a bit of what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And so that's always a good approach to have there. And I do think it's well-rounded if you have more than just massage therapy. Like you do Thai massage, and that's something that, as new as massage therapy is, Thai massage is even newer to a lot of people, you know. And all this in America, of course. America's kind of a little bit behind on the holistic healing, as opposed to the Eastern world.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I mean, you have a very successful YouTube channel, and you do this constantly. I do this constantly. We're constantly putting out more video content. I talk to people in the massage entrepreneurs group about this, and it has changed. I think massage entrepreneurs have been around for 5 years now. It has changed. The conversations in the marketplace have changed, but there's still very few therapists making video.
Yeah.
It's you and I.
Right. That's competition. Go get them. No. Yeah. I think that is also a very, oh God, I hate the word millennials, but it's a younger generation thing, right? Video is not popular, gosh, even 15 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe. And so I think a lot of people are still kind of learning about social media. And making videos takes a lot of work. I think people underestimate it, how much work goes into just a 5-minute video. Some of my 5-minute videos, I've put 4 to 5 hours in just to make it good. And then uploading, doing all the social media reach. Yeah, it takes work. And if you're doing that 2 to 3 times a week, that's 15 hours a week. It's a part-time job. And
what I hear from therapists is, they say just with photos, they want to buy, what is that content? What do they call that? It's like you're buying stock photos. Yes, when you use stock photos for their website. Like, oh my God. I don't personally like it, but this is me. I think our profession is so personal, even if they're bad photos. I still want photos of myself. When I say bad, it means they're not like the highest quality you could get from a professional photographer.
Right.
But at least for me, maybe I'm biased because I'm a male therapist. I need people to see that I have a beard. I need them to hear my voice. I need them to connect with me, to be able to use my website as my front desk, where they go, I want Robert to work on me. And then I get clients or students that way.
Yeah, I do want to come back to the touch of the photos here real quick, but being a male therapist, I think it's very vital that you can show people what you're about, basically, before they come to see you. Absolutely. It's no secret that this is a female-dominated society, job, and I've met incredible female therapists. So being a guy, it's a little bit harder, especially because it's kind of a vulnerable position when you're getting massaged from someone. So yeah, holding your social media as a male, it's super important because, it's just people are generally more hesitant to come to a man. Not everybody, of course, but just showing them, what you're about. They hear your voice. They see that you're trying to teach and learn. Makes them feel a lot more comfortable. But getting that social media on there nowadays, even most people have phones that can take amazing photos. The new iPhone came out and it has 3 cameras in it. If you just have a friend or somebody, lay on the table and get some good photos of you pressing and holding on muscles, those can be just as good as some stock quality photos. So,
and I think I'm a big fan of that phone. Students, when I would go talk about private practice to students in massage school, and they're like, well, what camera do I buy? And I'm like, your phone. This thing is amazingly powerful. Guys, I feel weird because I'm in a generation where I'm between millennials and then school owners, basically. Somebody who's probably in their 60s and millennials. I'm 42. And basically, I'm in the middle where it's like I didn't understand what social media was at first. And then once I understood, I've been in this translation process where the school owners are afraid of the camera. They're afraid of loss of control. They're afraid of anarchy. And I've got people like Trent on my staff who are like, move fast and break stuff. It's like, it's very different business models, but this sort of distribution is so new. I do think when you said, people are still learning and adapting to it. Like, we're talking 15 years. That's that fast. Like, it's changed pretty dramatically. Like, I still feel like from a marketing perspective, they're teaching the marketing of the yellow pages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the marketing of the yellow pages, well, it's in the past. And 15 years can seem like a long time from someone, but it's really not. 15 years it's quick, especially with a major change as going from everything on paper to now everything is computer driven. And I think go fast and break things is generally a pretty good motto. I'd say maybe not break too many things on the way. But if you always wait till you're ready, you're never going to get anything done. You always got to start before you're ready. That can apply to anything in life.
Perfection. Yeah. I talk to so many people that look photos. No, I can't release that. It's not perfect. And I'm like, ooh, in the era of Instagram, you're looking for perfection. I'm like, man, I need 80% good enough 10 times a day.
I think that's the right thing. Yeah, aim for perfection and settle for pretty good. That's, it never hurts to want to put out your best content. And as the creator, you're always going to find the tiniest changes that no one's going to notice, but you'll notice. And so you'll have to fix those. But if you sit back and just wait for perfection, you're never going to get it out there. You just got to eventually put it out. And generally, people are going to really like it. Take the feedback as it is, and then keep on creating. Just never stop working on it.
Yeah.
I think it was Roman Atwood, the big YouTuber family guy. I think he started with pranks, but his motto on how he found success. I think he has like 20 million followers. 3 words: never stop uploading. So it's just never stop uploading, never stop creating, just keep going. Even if you feel like you did something bad or made a mistake, just keep working at it and you'll find success in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as massage therapist, especially if someone's going out to open their own business, that can have a direct influence on how busy their personal practice is going to be,
Yeah.
Because it's free advertising and you're teaching in the same kind of context as well. So
that's the part I'm completely flummoxed when I talk to spas, facilities, school owners. I'm like, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no barrier anymore. Like, why are you not just bombarding all these social media platforms with content? I mean, I'm talking, I'm having a LinkedIn local meeting and they're talking to me about TikTok because they're like asking me questions about it. And I'm like, listen, I take the Beyonce song, I do a dance, I release a video. like it doesn't have anything to do with massage. I'm like, it's brand. It shows that you know how to have a good time. It's fun.
Right.
Like and I look at this literally. There are 15-year-olds who are going to start following me. And 5-6 years from now, they're going to be in massage school. And then they're going to be even more ardent fans. And they're going to say, hey, I discovered you on TikTok, however many years ago. Like, I don't know. It makes sense to me, but it seems like people don't understand the way that the platforms age up. Like, I can remember my mom, if you're out there, Mom, hello. My mom would come into Facebook for the first time and not really know how to use it, because the platform aged up. People are doing the same thing with TikTok. They're like, well, it's only for 14-year-olds. And I'm like, oh, okay. I need you to keep thinking that while I keep making videos.
Right. Yeah, I haven't been on TikTok yet myself. I know what it's about. And I will say, in context with like your mom, my mom, same thing. She got on Facebook, didn't know how to use it. I think now she posts like 6 times a day. So that is her outsource to reach out to her friends,
Yeah.
But it's true with the YouTube. I find that there's a lot of people who follow me and comment on my videos that don't even know about massage, haven't been therapist, never even had a massage. But yeah, they found one video. They're like, all right, this guy's kind of weird. He's kind of cool. Like, maybe I'll look into what he's talking about, and it gets them interested.
Yep. Just quick break.
Cool.
Hold on a second. Hey, it's Trent Knox. One moment. Okay, there we go. Hey, it's Trent Knox here, podcast producer for Robert Gardner Wellness. Just wanted to come here and check in with you guys. I know those of you watching the live podcast, we see you out there. Thank you for tuning on Facebook. Thank you for tuning on Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, DLive, Vaughn Live, Africa TV, and VK. We appreciate you a lot. Today's guest, obviously, Spencer Harwood, and we're having a little bit of some technical difficulty with him on the video side, but from the audio side, you wouldn't be able to see it. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. We know what's going on. It's just not the network. We're having a couple of network issues, but video's still there. It's just bouncing around a little bit. Anyway, so I just want to let you guys know that we're currently running a 20% off discount for all of our digital workbooks and videos. If you head to bit.ly/RGW holiday sale, you can take advantage of that 20% off of all digital workbooks and videos for the holidays. And we'll be closing that sale out at the new year, so take advantage of it while you can. We know that the workbooks are currently on back order, but as soon as the physical workbooks are currently on back order, but as soon as we get the chance, we're going to get those back onto the website and ready to go. So we appreciate you for tuning into this message, and I'll be back in another 15 minutes to say hello again. And if you want to call in, the phone lines are open. Call 512-539-0442, and we can get you onto the show with Spencer and Robert. So back to Robert in the...
Hey guys, it's Robert Gardner with the Robert Gardner Wellness Podcast, and I'm here with Spencer Harwood. Spencer, can you tell them again about your YouTube channel and where they can reach you?
Yeah. Hey guys, Spencer Harwood here. YouTube, I run a channel called HM Massage. Has a ton of massage therapy videos for therapists, people just learning how to give basic massage, and tons of self-massages because there's a lot of ways you can fix your own pain without any money or going anywhere. So check it out on YouTube.
One of the things I've seen with therapists, Spencer, is if you're in Washington State, if you get a fan in New York, the therapist goes, but I don't understand, that fan in New York can't be a client. Why would I make video content and want them to be a fan?
I've actually had a client from New York, so that's funny you bring that up. Yeah, I actually have a client. He found me on YouTube, and he was traveling to Seattle, which everyone knows Seattle, the big state of Washington, and he made the effort to drive 4 hours to Spokane to come get a massage. So, you never know. You never know. Just reaching out to people. There are people out there who, yeah, they might travel. I've had a client from Saudi Arabia. She came to Spokane visiting family or something and found out I was in town. So, might as well.
Yep.
And I do also think part of
from a social media standpoint, let's say they're not even a client. Like, why would you, I'm interested to hear your feedback on this. Why would you want a fan in a state where maybe they're not going to get a session with you? What's the benefit?
Well, I was going to say loads of benefits. First and foremost, I think with social media, part of it's not even about you gaining something from it, but, maybe you improve their life a little bit. You taught them something, you gave them some form of entertainment. So you've already enhanced their life a bit, but they could tell other people about you, grow that brand. They could tell someone about you who might come to see you. It's all about word of mouth and them helping you grow what you're trying to grow. The more fans you have, it's going to grow exponentially. They tell somebody, they both tell somebody. Now you got 4 people telling 8 people, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of good reasons.
Like, comment, and share. I mean, this will be broadcast live on Facebook.
Right.
What happens is, we're cross-promoting audiences. When this winds up on my YouTube, some of the people who are subscribed or following may like your channel and follow you. And it's there's no competition. It's just putting out more and more information. The point about word of mouth, I understood at some point, a way I did not initially. I said I was in that translation phase. I understood that word of mouth was digital now.
Mm-hmm.
Google reviews, Yelp reviews, Facebook reviews, likes, comments, shares. Hey, Gloria, check this out. They share the video. Huge potential reach in a way that just doesn't happen from giving somebody a business card.
Yeah, absolutely. Business cards can only go so far. Social media word of mouth is huge. And it's funny you say like, comment, share. You see that everywhere, right? The first 30 seconds of a majority of people's videos, they're getting super eccentric and like, comment, share. Come on, guys. Let's see this video reach 100,000 likes. And there's a reason they do that. So it works, right? And the more engagement, social media is all about engagement. The more engagement is on your videos, the more that platform is going to share it. So you want to produce content that's going to get people engaged and wanting to input their opinion and be a part of it. Yeah.
So where do you go from here in regards to education? What else is burning at you?
I'm looking to teach more personally. So I do teach a lot on YouTube, but I would personally like to get into some massage CEUs, kind of create my own courses, put those up for sale eventually. Down the line, potentially get a platform to teach more people. It's funny, my dad was a teacher, and so I told myself I would never teach. And here I am. But I should have said I would never teach in a classroom. Because, it's all about educating people for me. That's what I enjoy doing. And I think for most people, it's about figuring out what you like to do and then doing that enough to form a way that you can do that for a living, And if that's your thing, social media, that's great. If your thing is just that you want to have a small massage business outside of your home, that's great. If you're not even in the world of massage and you're like a construction worker or something, but you say, oh, I want to have my shoulder stop hurting, that's also great. Because then you can look up, shoulder pain. And
I'm going to jump in here real quick. TikTok. I just want to jump in here real quick and say Jason Stiegel said these podcasts are very beneficial, at least for myself. And I think that is something to add to what you guys are talking about right here, is that the content, it isn't necessarily what the creator's intent is, it's what the viewer gets out of it. So if they, even the question that Robert kind of posed was like, what value, like at the end of the day, does the viewer get from you creating that content? Is it like an intrinsic value where they get an emotional stimulant, or what sort of stimulant that they get from it? But a lot of therapists are probably looking at your content for how do they get an extra dollar? How can they add what you're doing to their practice to earn more money? Because at the end of the day, it's about, it's about how to generate a viable income source and how to stabilize their streams of income.
Yeah, agreed. Of course, it's about money because it's a job. But if you're getting into this field or getting into social media with money being the end goal, you're probably not going to make it. And that's just because it takes years, unless you're really lucky or just insanely entertaining and just get an amazing jump. 99.9% of people, it's going to take years to build up a following before you make any decent money that's going to come to you. Your first video is probably going to get like 3 views if you're lucky. I remember my first video, I was so excited when one of my videos got 10 views in a day. I was like, that's double digits. Oh my God. That was such a moment.
Yeah, true. So for content creators, I mean, monetizing your video from advertising or brand deals or whatever you get from that's going to take a while. But the practice that you're doing, you as a content creator, the value that you're giving to the viewer is an additive to their practice. So yes, in many ways, like in the U.S., we're very financially well off. But in the world in general, someone in India, sub-Saharan Africa, or other places around the world that your content reaches to, they can use that practice to completely revolutionize their living situation.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's something that you can't really put a price on too, because
Well, they
that's
have
just
to put
awesome.
they have to put something on their table to eat, and
Oh
if
no, absolutely. So are you talking in context of they were living with this issue and then they found out about, they learned about this technique and it helped them, or they learned about this technique and they applied it to somebody else too?
yeah, they're using your business practice and
Hmm.
Robert's as well in many
Yep.
different ways, and then using those techniques to help their clients.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
so I think that a lot of people get caught up in the superficial nature of American mentality of being famous or being, in any way notable or notoriety in some way. But what the most important part about it is that in two ways, your perspective is connecting both the monetary value of what you do to the audience that's learning from you, and not just like in a the ASMR. You brought up ASMR earlier in the podcast, which is kind of more an intent. Some people get benefit from it, health benefits, but taking that plus the emotional value, the entertainment value, and clicking those things together, so that at the end of the day, they can improve their practice, make more money, but at the same time, they feel like they're connecting with somebody, like you said, somebody's watching your video in New York and comes to see you at your practice in Washington.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to think about that. So what do they gather from it? So I'm a little confused by the question.
I mean, that's
Because
just a segue. The segue from what you're talking about, as far as you are putting out content to eventually do online learning systems for people to learn. You don't have to teach inside the school like your father
right.
did.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
so that some of the aspects of
Okay.
what Robert's doing, and we got a phone call, so I'm gonna merge them in right here real quick.
Right.
Hello, welcome to the Robert Gardner podcast. Hello.
Hello, friend.
Did they come in?
No worries.
Let me check real quick.
Right.
Hello, welcome to the Robert Gardner Wellness Podcast.
I can hear you now. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Oh,
One
okay,
second.
great.
Got to connect.
Hello, it's just extremely.
Let me connect you to the call. All right, can you hear us? Hello? Are we having some technical difficulties here?
Technical difficulties. It's almost 2020. Technical difficulties are part of our life.
There we
I
go.
have a
Now he's
comment
in
on
here.
the issue.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Yep, there we go. Right.
Was he? I
So
can't hear him.
yeah, what's up? What you got?
Hello.
I can hear you just fine.
Yep, I can hear him.
Hello.
Yeah, what's going on? Can you hear us?
I can't hear anything.
Okay, can't hear us.
He can't hear us?
Don't think so.
Oh, now, yeah, just
I
a
can
little
see
bit.
his
Say
I can
something.
see him coming through, but don't know what happened.
You have
Hey, how you doing, man?
say again.
Yeah, there we go. I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. I have a comment on the issue.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. It's
That was
Very
insightful.
I feel like I dropped into Bollywood for a second. So did he hang up, Trent?
Yeah, he hung up.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I'm
So
a little disappointed he just didn't use Rick Astley. I'm never going to give you up.
Oh, yeah.
Missed opportunity.
So when it comes to online education, I think massage therapists, or at least what I've experienced, Spencer, when I talk to them about it, when I say online education, I don't mean just for therapists. Like, why would a massage therapist teach the public about what we do? They go, well, and I've literally heard this. If I teach the clients how to work on themselves, they're not going to come see me because they're just going to stay home and work on themselves. Like, no, that's not how it works. The reason people come to us is because they're lazy, not because they don't know or understand the complexities of massage. Like, I know how to change my own oil. I don't remember the last time I've done that in my car. I take it to a mechanic and go, you do it.
Yeah. I don't think it's entirely because they're lazy, because it never feels as good when you do it yourself as opposed to having somebody else fix your issues. And there's obviously certain things that you just can't fix yourself. Yeah, you can use a trigger point ball on your low back, but you really need somebody to get in there if you want to get rid of that pain. I think it's all just. Oh, go ahead, John.
Yeah, take a quick break.
Hey y'all, it's Trent Knox back again to let you guys know about the 20% off of our workbooks and videos that are all digital, our digital workbooks and videos. You can go to bit.ly / RGW holiday sale, or you can go directly to the Robert Gardner Wellness website and go to the holiday sale through the Shopify page. And also, once again, thank you guys for all tuning in. That phone call was very interesting. I don't know what to make of it at all, but we're all kind of just testing things out here, and hopefully you enjoy the portion of the entertainment value that comes from these podcasts, and also what you can apply to your practices. Well, let's see if we have anything else to say. Jason said that was interesting, and thank you again, Jason, for tuning in. Well, once again, back to Robert and Spencer in the studio.
So, education, Spencer, go ahead and tell people where they can find your YouTube channel or contact you.
Hey guys, Spencer Harwood, HM Massage on YouTube, and lots of videos up there, massage therapy, health related. Go check it out.
And then the ongoing conversation about education, is there something that you're daunted with? Like, are you approaching sort of new challenges in your practice, Spencer? Like something challenging, like you've got new issues as you're growing. You've got, over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the ongoing challenge just with any social media is the bigger you get, the better you want to do, the better quality videos you want to produce, and the more often you want to produce. And so if you end up producing something or creating something that isn't as good, and you know it's not as good, that can really bring you down, because it's always about producing more, creating higher quality videos, more entertaining things that will get people staying longer. Because if you produce 100 videos but nobody's watching them, then that's gonna dissuade you from doing it more. So it's a lot more about just continuing to improve your own creations. Basically, I don't know if that's so much as a challenge that's put in front of you, but rather the way you challenge yourself. I think that's also really hard to get back to everybody. You want to please everybody, but the more people that start to follow you, you get people from different branches, and you put out one video and half the people really like it and half the people hate it. So then you flip flop, and now the half that hated it love it, but the half that loved the other video hate it. And so you're always trying to balance that out.
I'll always go, I'm very lazy and it's authentic. I get messages from people who are like, "We don't like that you curse," and I go, "Congratulations." Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to filter my language for everybody who doesn't like the fact that I use the F-bomb in class? Like, it's better for me to be authentic and throw out a wide net and draw in the students who want to work with me, or the clients that want to work with me. That actually respond to the fact that I'm authentic and drink on camera, or whatever that is. I think it's a mistake to cater to your fans to the extent that you put out stuff you don't care about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. You can't really confine yourself to what you think people want you to see. And I think any person who's trying to grow a big following probably is guilty of that a little bit. I know I was. People were saying, hey, this is what I want to see. And so I tried producing what they wanted to see. And I just did not care about it at all. And it kind of showed, I would maybe make a few topics about it, but then I would just quit from it because I'm like, yeah, this sucks. I don't want to do that. But you do it because you want to try and appease people. So going back to the education of, I've had time to think about that whole, you reach out to somebody way across the world and it enhances the way they fix their clients. I think you don't get any monetary value from that, or if you do, it's minimal, but something like that, that's what I think is at the core of just being connected in this world. Because we live in a chance where, you can actually have the first opportunity to talk to somebody from India or Africa and legitimately not only hold a conversation, but have a direct impact on the way they do things. And I know, Robert, earlier you talked about competition, and I think a lot of therapists out there are kind of, in the wrong mindset about competition. There's enough people out there that in terms of massage and healthcare, there's definitely enough pain out there to go around, and there's not enough therapists and healthcare providers. So you'll see people be like, well, why would I want to teach them how to get better if it would take away their chance from me? Or why would I want to teach these people how to do self massages and fear that they might not come see me? You should have no worry about people coming to see you, because pain is unfortunately a part of life. And there's not enough good people to help fix it as there are people who actually have it. So I think teaching them, not only it helps them, but you shouldn't really worry about it. And then people are also going to see, okay, this guy's not too worried about just making his money. He's literally just trying to better the people around him or the people in Africa, to whoever's watching.
People sense hunger and starvation. If you're a used car dealer who is just dying to make a sale, it's almost like you're less likely to make a sale because of the behavior and attitudes around starvation you have. If you're a therapist who just interacts with people like, I've got all the clients I need. I'm at a party. I have all the clients I need. I don't need any more clients. It's amazing how many people will come to you and be like, oh, can I get a session? There's something that flips when you don't need it anymore. It's like Kanye doesn't need more social media attention, and which is why all the cameras turn towards him in a sense.
Right. Yeah. Plus, it's like, what's Kanye going to do next? You never know. I think that's part of it too. That's a human philosophy, kind of, right? It's we gravitate towards the things that either if they're trying too hard, it almost comes off as desperation. You see that in, life all the time, business, dating, right? And then instead, people are going to go to the person that seems assured of themselves and not trying to have a hidden agenda to get something. That's going to attract more people because they kind of follow behind that and believe in it instead. And so I think the best way to go about that is to not have a hidden agenda. So you can, if you're secretly trying to get all this money, but you kind of cover it as I'm just trying to help everybody, it might not be as authentic as no, I'm literally just trying to help everybody and I'm bored and I wanted to make this video. So here you go. hopefully you like it. If you hate it, let me know, and we'll work on the next one. As opposed to having this hidden kind of secret, like, you know?
Yeah, I had a negative view, I think, as most massage therapists do sometimes, about business years ago. And then now I run massage entrepreneurs now, but at the time I just thought business was kind of smarmy, trying to sell people stuff they don't want just to make money. It's not about our greater goals as a species. And then what started to shift as I focused on my business and massage business is like I was selling something that felt intrinsically good. It's just good for people. There's no bad side effects. It's good. So when I kept looking at it, you got to this point where you realize the way that I met my dreams and goals was to help my clients and my students find theirs. If I could take a client from no pain or from pain to no pain, they're going to continue to pay me. If I could find a student, say, hey, listen, you're making $30,000 a year. I want to help you make 80 to 100 in private practice. If I can do that, they'll pay me and my dreams are fine.
Right.
But it's just an exchange of value where the client's not going to come back if you're just a service provider and you provide a massage and they're not very impressed, frankly. And my students aren't going to use stuff and put it in their practice if it's not helping their clients. I have to actually provide that value. Once I do, then the exchange begins where they help me accomplish my dreams because they want more of this stuff that's helping them.
Yeah, definitely. The intrinsic value, that's what it's all about. In school, I remember the teacher saying that you can get more out of giving a massage than you can getting one. And in school, you're like, what? No, I love massages. But it's true.
Don't you think that if you're walking around in certain ways, this is so that the people out there that think, they got their massage license, but they aren't practicing, what's the consequences in that case? Because you want to do the best, you want to be kind of a good person. Like some people might see that, the sales portion is, swarmy or what Robert said, but you have to put yourself in positions to be able to do work. You can't, walk around acting like it's just going to fall in your lap.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be afraid to put yourself out there and establish a platform. Because, generally people who want to create or help people, they're generally people that want to give. And if all things equal and we didn't have to pay bills, just give away, just help people out. But if you have your license and you haven't established anything, but you want to make this good living while helping people, it's not just going to fall into your lap. Maybe the occasional person will get lucky and land a really good job, depending on what the field is. But most people are not. You're going to end up working for somebody who did take those steps to kind of put themselves in a position where they can help people.
Well, there's a couple different routes, in many different industries right now in getting opportunity to work.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
You got Soothe and Zeal for the massage industry. You got your traditional brick and mortar, and then you have your independent contractor. I guess there's 4 different ways. Independent contractor that goes to small business, and then they're seeing private clients. And if you're a person out there, that is in a brick and mortar, and you don't want to make a scene out of yourself, then I can understand why you wouldn't be actively pushing something that's related to your industry. You might do something outside of your industry because that shows that you have you're well-rounded, or you have culture in life. I think that with some people, though, that the establishment isn't providing them enough work, so they have to go out there and they have to do additional things, and that's why they find themselves creating content surrounding their job, or their day job, instead of something else like skateboarding or fidget spinning tricks or something like that.
Well, what's stopping them from skateboarding on the side as well? Maybe go do your massages, create some content, and then go flip a skateboard trick. I was going to name one, but I don't know skateboards. Um, yeah. So I think in terms of massage purely, yeah, there's normally like 4 ways that you're probably going to get a job. I think the most common by far is brick and mortar. So you'll end up working at a spa, you'll end up working for a big corporate chain company, something like that. Probably not going to be the best pay, probably going to be a little bit overworked in terms of like no flip overtime between clients. It's hard on you. So then, yeah, it's then if you don't want to make a big deal out of yourself, like you said, you just kind of want to be like, hey, I go do my massages and I go home. That's great for a lot of people. But if you do want to transition to something a little bit bigger, creating social media or content is a good way to help you improve there. Or you can then, yeah, go switch to a different job, which is mobile, independent contractor, or independently on business. One of those 3 things. So just depends on what you want to get out of it, like goal setting. So it's like, yeah, you have your license, you're walking around, establish what you want to do with that license. Do you simply want to make enough income for you to live the life you want to live? Go do that. Do you want to build something bigger? Do you want to help people? And how do you want to help those people? Yeah, I think that's all about establishing that.
So let's get back in with Robert when we come back from break real quick. So one quick moment for the break. Hey y'all, it's Trent Knox, podcast producer for Robert Gardner Wellness. I just want to take a real quick break to let you guys know about the 20% off discount on all of our digital workbooks and videos. You can go to the Robert Gardner Wellness store and take advantage of that, or you can go to bit.ly/RGW holiday sale. This is a real quick break. Remember, 20% off. And also to note that we're currently doing a free trial on our subscription service Reboot Insiders Club. If you want to take advantage of that, you can go to bit.ly/RIC free trial, or you can go to rgwellness.store/free trial. Either of those, you can see it in the show notes or on the descriptions on social media. Once again, free trial and 20% off of digital workbooks and videos. So back to Robert in the studio.
So when we sit and talk about education, ongoing changes with social media, what do you see in the future, Spencer? I know that, like I've asked you questions about YouTube because I feel like you're a little more knowledgeable about that specific platform than I am. What do you think is coming in the massage industry specifically in regards to social media?
Oh, revolution. Now, what is coming? Yeah. I think people are understanding the impact it has on it. And ultimately, social media already plays a huge role in any business, massage therapy or not. If you're not on Google Maps and if you have like 3 1-star reviews, people probably aren't going to come to see you. That's social media, right? It's not a social media platform, but it's on the internet and people are interacting with it. So it's already very vital to have some form of following or content. Otherwise, people aren't going to hear about you. Word of mouth is definitely still number one way to grow, but no one's looking through the yellow books anymore to scroll to a massage page. So yeah, the more capable you are of reaching people in their homes, the better chance you're going to have of reaching and improving. Yeah, and vice versa. It's going to teach more.
I think social media and interaction,
Nope. I lost him.
Sorry. Yeah, we lost Robert.
Yeah.
Just give us a brief moment and there he is.
Right.
Now he's back. Now he's
That was
gone. Oh man.
Now you see him, now you don't.
Podcast in certain ways. Yeah, we've been having all kinds of different technical issues with this podcast. Robert, and you have provided a lot of good content in surrounding industry and whatnot, and I felt like I wanted to jump in and add a little bit more value from my perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
When Robert first mentioned you coming onto the show, I had, he said he's Spencer's a younger guy around your age, millennial. He didn't use those words because he's not offensive to the millennials in any way.
Right. Yeah.
He's smiling over here. He's back now.
Millennial.
But in certain ways, I think that you could probably understand that people of our age are dealing with problems in a very different way. And in that being the case, we have a caller, and I'm going to bring him in. Let's see if this works. What's this? What does this say? Hello? Welcome to the Robert Gardner Wellness Podcast. Okay, maybe not. Let's try this one. Hello, welcome to the Robert Gardner Wellness Podcast.
Nigger.
Oh! We're gonna have to cut that one out of it. Yeah. You couldn't hear it? You couldn't hear it?
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Well, we gotta have some things. I guess in a conversation like this, we gotta have moments like that. He just came in and said the N-word. He's probably 12 years old, but
You
you know what? Here's the thing. So something that Robert brought up earlier is that he went to a LinkedIn meeting and that they started asking, why are you on TikTok? What value is that? You only 10-year-olds are on TikTok. My daughter's on TikTok. Why are you on TikTok? Well, like he said, there's a distance barrier that you should understand, that he's not going to your child and saying, hop in my van, and go somewhere. But in certain ways, what's saying is that what is being said, and this is where Gary Vee kind of pushed this thing, is that these kids will also need opportunities, and you need to educate them at an early age. They're not being educated in the traditional school system anymore. They're not being told, hey, TikTok, you're going to need this in order to verify yourself in the future. This is what's going to validate you as an employee, as a company owner, as somebody who's working. Because when you go to work, you have to have TikTok to sign in to your schedule. They're not teaching about these tools because these tools aren't what they seem. They're much different. Google has become the sign-in for almost all of the applications that I use. Facebook, in so many ways, I use Facebook ID for too many things. These tools aren't what people say they are. They're much more than that in certain ways, but it takes time to develop. So TikTok is on its way, but as soon as it becomes a authentication app instead of a video chat system, then those teachers, those people out there that were like poo-pooing TikTok, that it's only for 12-year-olds, is going to be, they're dinosaurs. They're gone already,
The way that the industry is going, I'll be completely honest about this. In this podcast, I can say this and say, listen, if you own a small spa or clinic and you're having problems, you want to figure out how to use social media to build your business, I can offer free consulting and get no contacts whatsoever because the businesses aren't interested. And I go, oh, yeah, you won't be interested now, but you'll probably be out of business in 10 years.
Oh, we just got verification. We got verification. Gold designer is 11, not 12.
So what we do is we take this video and we put his number on the screen and can you do that? Or is that like cyberbullying? If you say, hey, this is whoever this guy at this phone number was is the one who's harassing us. Yes.
Well, luckily enough, their kids are a little bit smarter than we suspect. And I guess maybe this adds to the value of what we're saying is that, they're star 69ing. They're not calling in from their mom and dad's phone number. They've got an unknown call coming in to, allow them to have their voice. And why do you think these kids are talking like that? And it's not just kids like that. You bring it up too, that most of the massage therapists that are looking to get a job these days are in their late teens to early 20s. They're fresh out of massage school. They're knocking on Massage Envy's door, and they're just, the turnover rate is like night and day. Boom, in one day, out the next. In one day, out the next. It's just like the hospitality industry. It is been revolutionized in the same way that the restaurant industries, movie theaters, fast food has been revolutionized.
Yeah, it's making its way here. And I think, yeah, back to what you were saying, Trent, about, yeah, the younger generation definitely has way different problems than previous generations had. It's no longer the thing where you can just go to college and get a degree and land a good job and boom, you're set till retirement. You can buy a house and 2 cars off your 40K a year income.
Yep.
That just doesn't work anymore. And if you do get a degree you like, well, good luck, because there's not going to be any jobs hiring, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Right.
what motive. Go ahead.
No, true. I wanna validate that in saying, like, unless you go to like Harvard, Yale, or something like that, you're not walking into any place anymore and saying, "Hey, I've got a bachelor's of arts, a bachelor's of science, a black BI, which is this new degree called the BI, Bachelor's of Innovations, which basically means that you have a combination of science understanding and arts understanding. You combine the two to make an app, and that those people are the people who made TikTok, and now they're taking over this cybersecurity state. Well, now I'm going down a deeper rabbit hole, but TikTok will eventually merge in ways with Soothe and Zeal, to the point at which, in order to get clients on Soothe and Zeal, you'll have to be active on TikTok. You'll have to have a presence, because the client is going to decide based off of the person that you are on TikTok whether to select you or give you a 5-star rating, or how it's going to work. Because even though massage envy they get to be, the bad guys of the industry, and they keep you hidden in a corner or in a closet or something like that, and there's a disassociation between you and the company. Eventually what's going to happen is they walk in, they press a button when they walk out of the room, giving you a 5-star, a 1-star. Oh my God, a 1-star, and then that goes into your secret portfolio at the company.
Right.
So in business, there needs to be some sort of transparency, and I think that that's where some of this fear comes from. Is that there are, and Robert and I talk about this all the time, is that the people who own these chain massage stores are not massage therapists. They are businessmen, investors, looking to capitalize off of an industry that is in a revolution.
Yeah, absolutely. Massage is in a big growth. It's a good industry to get in at this time. In terms of TikTok, for example, right now it's this little music platform thing, but what it also is, it's just short clips of video. What's stopping somebody from doing like a cool massage stroke, throwing some sweet music on there and being like, look, this is one style. That's what I'm about right here. Showing a deep tissue hold. Doesn't have to be me doing some silly dancing in the corner. I can, change it to fit me.
As much as a lot of those videos, just me offhand, my TikTok profile, I follow a mechanic and I follow a doctor.
Yeah.
And the mechanic is showing like completely hilarious, like stuff that was made by an engineer that didn't have the car owner in mind at all, where it's like, yeah, we have to take this car apart to change a light bulb, stuff like that. And in addition, you've got this doctor who is discussing really millennial, like sex and health related issues, and educating people about IUDs and educating people about sexual and reproductive health. People don't think of TikTok that way because we still think of it as just music videos, but these short clips are amazing. Like, I follow both of these on purpose because I'm like, this is great content. It's educational, it's funny, it's brand building. Who knows what they're going to, bootstrap that into.
Yeah, and I also think that a lot of the pushback is like, I'm too old for this platform. And a lot of what TikTok, some of the most popular videos on TikTok are women in their 30s to 40s saying, "Don't follow me, I'm too old for you." It's like you 12-year-olds or whatever, but it's such a drive. They want the maternal figure. They want the paternal figure. So a lot of those people who are the pushback is, I'm too old for this platform. is that they think that their days have come and gone. Like the thing that they know about is not valuable to the youth, to the younger generation. But in many ways, it's that experience. It is that knowledge base of what not to do is what the youth is asking for. It's like what my I'm aging out of the demographic, and the thing that I think I could educate most of the youth about is financial debt. As far as like this student loan crisis that we're currently in, is like, yeah, I did that. It didn't really work out for me. I wasn't, walking into, any sort of network broadcasting company and saying, hey, here's my Bachelor of Arts degree from yada yada school, and that school, that degree guarantees me opportunity. Not anymore, because now it's a dime a dozen to go and get somebody with a Bachelor of Arts degree from anywhere, unless you went to NYU or Los Angeles Film School. Then you're not walking into any network place. And I assume in many ways that sort of revolution is coming to massage as well. If you didn't go to this massage school, then you're not getting an automatic entrance to this Massage Envy or whatever the big brand name is in their location or city.
There could always be exclusivity. That's
Okay.
just people, down the line. But I think there's also, in terms of like the way the younger generation is changing, if you went to Harvard or Yale or some really high end Ivy League college, then that's definitely going to look good in getting you a job. But more and more people are diving into trades and skill sets and things away from this just pure bachelor's degree. And that's also something we're finding out in getting a job is there are people that will get hired and be like, okay, I have 10 years of experience, but I don't have a degree. And then you have a kid who has a degree, but he has no experience. Companies are now finding it's better to have the guy with the 10 years of experience, just pay for him to go get a degree real quick. And boom, he's got 10 years of knowledge on the kid who has 0 degrees or 0 years of experience.
So just to make a quick joke here, the cool dad, Robert Gardner here, he's putting in the work. He's got the 10, 16 years of experience, in educating the youth into the massage industry. And we're running up on an hour here, and I just wanted to make sure that, Robert, if you have any closing statements about this podcast. I know that this is probably one that we should probably do often between Spencer and you, because we get like the broadest amount of information out of. But yeah, any closing statements?
Well, I've talked to Spencer about this fact that I probably long term, we're not there yet, but we eventually want to do longer podcasts because I feel like the hour is almost topical. One of the things that I think is interesting is we talked about innovation and potential for disruption within the massage industry. The industry is in revolution. I do think the industry itself can be disrupted, and it can be disrupted in ways that people don't initially see. So I have lots of comments on the Massage Entrepreneurs Group about Stretch Lab and Stretch Zone. And massage therapists are completely ignoring this, by the way. They just don't seem to care because they don't call it massage. And I'm like, oh boy, once you open the portal to soft tissue manipulation, you're starting down a very dark road. The other point is the most innovative thing that's happened in the massage industry in the last 20 years, in my opinion, other than Soothe and Zeal, other than that business model, is online scheduling, which is a software adaptation on top of the service so that somebody could book an appointment with Spencer I probably 2:00 in the morning because they have online scheduling. If you don't have online scheduling, you're considered to be in the past. What I can't imagine is what happens 10 years from now. When Spencer and I are talking about education, I guarantee you, Spencer, if this podcast went on long enough, we would start to talk about what I've been harping on, which is interactive online massage education. The therapists continue to tell me you can only learn hands-on, you can only learn in person. And I go, okay, you can keep thinking that. The technology is going to rapidly evolve and change. And I plan on riding that wave and developing as we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future. Technology is on such a rampant change right now. It's super cool. So I'm really excited to see what is going to happen in the future with just technology in general, but massage in relation to that. Because that's one of my big hobbies, of course. I'm also excited for video games in the future, but massage being the, so the future is cool. Yeah, and you got to improvise and adapt if you do want to survive. That is a big thing. Just look at Radio Shack or Blockbuster.
Spencer, I'm going to have you on my show. We're going to have to talk about that video game aspect.
Oh, I'm all about it. Heck yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
So did you want to shout out your channels and do some promotion about where people can find you?
Yeah, sure, guys. Like I said, I run a channel called HM Massage on YouTube, and I'm based out of Spokane, Washington. So if you're ever in that town and you want a massage, come find me. But HM Massage, lots of videos, self-massage, healthcare, some fitness tips, etc. Yeah, I want to thank Robert for having me on his podcast. Yeah, and yeah, definitely looking forward to doing more of these in the future. It'll be fun.
Better callers.
Oh yeah, well, they got to up their game. No, come on, those are weak. When you're on social media long enough, you find some good trolls. It's part of putting yourself out there. Of course, there's going to be trolls, but their opinion, like the trolling, it doesn't mean anything. It's just bored people. Mm-hmm. So who hide behind the keyboard warriors. That's what we call them.
Well, listen, you have a good day. We'll have you on the podcast again soon. If you have any future questions, stuff that you want to talk about specifically, Spencer, just let me know. And thank you guys for all tuning in to the Robert Gardner Wellness Podcast. We'll see you again very soon. And you